We good. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? It's your boy B. Chris Beats. GTS is the movement. We're here with the live Q&A. Anybody got any questions? We can get it started. But everybody, introduce yourselves. We can get this started. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Travis with T Customs Productions. We're probably just gonna chill out for a minute, wait for some other people to show up, and in the meantime, most of us, I think, have a link or have a place where you can get in contact with us below, either on Twitter or Facebook or wherever. So if you have any specific music business, marketing, branding related questions, how to sell more instrumentals, anything related to building your music business, building your following and fan base, customer base, definitely make sure to send those over to us. And we'll do what we can to get through. I think we're going to try to make, what, about an hour, 60 minutes?
Yeah.
Does that sound?
Yep.
And it's your boy KC. And Travis wrapped it up, so I ain't got much more to say. Yeah.
I just dropped out.
Yo.
You did?
Yo.
Did I just freeze up as I was talking or turn it back over to you? Did you hear me say?
No, you were good. Everything you said was good.
Okay, because I don't know. Just like you guys both froze and Chaz, you went dark, and I don't. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, oh, it's good to be back, guys. Get my name tag back up. Now I'm having problems with my tag again. That's fun. I'm going to be right back.
Yep.
Just remind them they can send questions. If anybody else who's jumping on, they can send questions. Hit us up on social media. You guys have links, Chaz, Brian, you guys have links to your Twitter and social media? Okay, cool. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, cool. And just like these rappers, bro, Google don't like tags either.
At all. At all. Yo, I hate the way this new event thing is set up, but
What are you talking about on Google?
on Facebook? No, on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Remember how you used to be able to like just fucking use a code to fucking tag everybody?
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass now.
What's that?
You know how you used to be able to use that code to that JavaScript code for events to just add everybody? That shit does not work anymore.
Let me do a check. Trying to get my tag set up. We got folks joining directly, I see.
What's
Yeah.
up, fam?
What's good, bro?
So again, if you have any questions, I know there's a number of you guys watching right now. If you have any specific music business, marketing, coaching, branding related questions, you can hit us up on social media. All of the links should be below where you're watching this video. Let me see. Nicholas, how are you in? You got the link on YouTube?
Yeah, I got it on my email, bro.
I can't hear him.
He said he got on his email.
Got an email. Okay.
Yeah, you sent out an email. You sent out an email, and I just went on the link.
Okay, you got the link
I think
from
we-
who?
From me, probably.
What's that?
Okay.
That's
Okay, so I'm just letting you know, if you don't have questions, just mute out. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ask.
No, dude, I was just wondering if I could get any help marketing my beats, bro.
Yeah, so
That's definitely what
your
this is
questions,
about.
man?
I don't know where to start, man. I don't know where to do it. All I know is I got the you know, I make beats every day. That's all I do, bro. And I'm just trying to get somewhere with it. So, like, any starter tips on marketing my beats would be helpful.
Yeah. Do you got your beats uploaded anywhere right now for people to
I have
hear?
a SoundClick, man, but yeah, I got a SoundClick. You know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's low budget SoundClick, but
A little bit goes a long way, though. Me and
other than that, I really
me and Trav have been experimenting with some SoundClick ads that they run, and it does pay off. You just gotta invest, put that money into it. But you also want to get your music out where other people can hear it too. Like, you don't only want to be on Sound. You said SoundClick or SoundCloud? My bad.
SoundClick.
Yeah. So that's a good place. It's still relevant. There's still artists go on there buying beats. I get sales every month from SoundClick. You gotta invest in some promo, but the main thing is you gotta diversify where people are getting your music from.
You kind of want to be everywhere.
Right. Where do you guys advertise the most for your beats? You make beats, right?
Yep.
Yep. It's
Where
not.
do you
It's
guys
not.
get
Not
the
even
most traffic at.
from my own website, to be honest.
What's that?
From my own website, to be honest,
Oh,
I
you
get
have
the
your
most. Yeah.
Oh, true.
You gotta have a home
Where did
base.
you go to make your website up?
I created it via coding and WordPress, so I didn't go anywhere. Like, as far as a Wix page or anything.
Right.
Yeah. So
you made it all yourself. You didn't have that knowledge.
yeah, I mean, Google, 13 hours on YouTube figuring out how to code and use WordPress. I was good to go after that. So it's not really hard, honestly. But the thing is, you can't only be on SoundClick. Like, get up on YouTube. YouTube's free. Any free resource that you can use, you need to be on there. So if you're not on YouTube, you need to get on YouTube. That's where I built pretty much my whole business, is on YouTube, from the videos to the beat videos to the beat making videos. That's how I've grown my business. So aside from my own website, it's been through YouTube, and that's free. You should be using that. Take that extra minute, take that extra half an hour to upload it to everywhere. So get on SoundCloud. If you're not on SoundCloud, it's free, man. Like, utilize it if it's free. That's another. Some people don't like YouTube, and they're gonna use SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to limit your audience to just one platform like SoundClick. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of artists that don't go to SoundClick for beats because they don't like who's in the charts on SoundClick. You know what I'm saying? So they go to YouTube. I run a home recording studio, so a lot of these artists come in here, they go straight to YouTube. want me to rip the beats off of YouTube. I tell them, nah, you should go buy it. But they go to YouTube, man. So if you're not on YouTube, you're missing out on a ton of traffic and a really big audience for what we do.
Right. So I figured out, you know, make my beats or whatever, get a little, you know, post it on YouTube, figure out how to do that shit. And use SoundCloud, right? You said SoundCloud?
Yeah, man. Every resource that you can use that's free, you want to focus on one.
Can I interject real quick? I don't mean to. I just want to interject. Have you been able to watch any of our past webinars that we've shot? Because we've covered like a lot of this stuff, and basically getting the foundation set as far as all the platforms, social media, your website, your blog, like all of this stuff has been. We've kind of been beating a dead horse on these particular topics as far as where you need to be. So I was just curious if you were able to see any of the past webinars and which ones particularly.
No, I actually just got introduced to you guys. I just found out about you guys just recently, so I haven't really looked into many of that. I just saw that you had a live thing going on, so I figured I'd join it and ask a couple questions and talk to you guys and see what you you know, you had to input on my situation.
Cool.
Okay.
You got the link for me, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. Just
so if you could
send me
like
an
a link
email
or whatever to some of your webinars that you're talking about.
Most definitely. Just send me just for sure. Send me an email after this, or send me an email right now. And you're on your phone, but just send me an email, and I'll get a nice list of the foundation, because we got like 35, 40 webinars where we cover a lot of stuff. So I can definitely get you started on the right path.
No doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys.
Oh, no problem, man.
All right. All right, man. Well, I'll hit you back up on the email. I hope to video chat with you some other time.
Oh, most definitely. You can still stay and watch and listen.
You can hang on. This is all good.
Yeah, you can hang on. We're going for another 45 minutes, so. Got any questions over there, Travis?
I'm double checking. I don't see any coming through. I think most people just want to sit back and watch. I think it's what.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what's the saying? Is a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So like, if you have questions, seriously, if that means us referring you to some other information that we have already covered, that's one thing. If it's something that we've talked about, maybe we want to reopen. It's a platform. It's an own platform. We don't do this all. This is typically just for team members only. We don't usually do the live Q&A. So I recommend taking advantage of it. If you have questions, take advantage of this opportunity, because I don't know when we're going to do this again together as a team. And you've got people with experience on the panel right now to pick their brain, and it's not costing you a dime to do this. So I just encourage you, I implore you, if you have questions, step front. Don't feel afraid or timid or whatever. Again, worst case, we've covered it a bunch of times, and we refer you to a webinar where we talk about it in more detail.
Right. What kind of beats do you guys make? Do you write just straight hip-hop beats, hip hop R&B? You make trap beats? What kind of beats do you guys do?
I make hip hop, just East Coast hip hop beats. You know what I mean?
East Coast.
Yeah.
I make trap beats. It's all the same though. All the marketing is the same. All the marketing is the same once you figure out like your target audience, and it's the same kind of systems. You just gotta flip it for your audience. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people say certain beats sell more, but it's not about that. Like, there's a lane for everybody to make money in what we do. We just gotta figure out how to use the systems. And like I said, I will definitely send you the link to them webinars so you can figure out some of those systems.
Right.
I got a question for y'all. Have you guys been doing anything recently that has been getting you guys any big results, or any results for that matter, I should say?
Been doing a lot of stuff to give me results, but go ahead, Chad.
Honestly, SoundClick ads. I mean, lot of people want to still talk about SoundClick not being there and it's dead, but once you figure out how to maneuver through SoundClick, honestly, you get results. I've been seeing a lot of results from it, honestly. And, just making sure I get them on my email list from SoundClick. So that's been helping out a lot, too.
I'll interject real quick. I got a question from Cloud9 Music on Twitter. He said, have you ever tried selling beat CDs via CD Baby for residual income? Personally, I have not sold any music on CD Baby.
Yeah.
Using CD Baby is just a platform for distribution, right? Or is CD
Yeah.
its own entity?
The distribution.
It's distribution.
Okay, so that's basically going out to iTunes and Amazon and these type of platforms. Do you guys have experience with that?
Well, you can actually sell your own music via CD Baby.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
so,
right.
yeah.
I've sold regular albums, like for artists, but not beat tapes. For beat tapes, you know me, I use Bandcamp.
Yo.
I use Bandcamp for selling beat CDs.
And there's a lot of benefits to that.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's for me, it's just easier. I try and get the easiest way to get my music to people as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what Bandcamp does. And also it lets me build an email list off of Bandcamp. They got to put their email address in. I get that contact information. It's just a good platform for me for selling beat CDs. But
you cut out the middleman. Not to cut you off, but you cut out the middleman of CD Baby. You don't need CD Baby to do what you can do with Bandcamp, and you don't get the privacy issues that CD Baby blocks. You can't get that contact information.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can't build that list with CD Baby, which is what you can do with Bandcamp, which is what you want to do to further that relationship.
The trade-off is, especially with a platform like, say, iTunes, where you don't own the relationship, you don't have the email, you don't even have the contact, you don't know who bought. The trade-off is iTunes is a big enough platform that people know, and so you can say you can go get this on iTunes, and it's just recognizable. The trade-off is they're going to take 50% right away, and you don't even know who bought it.
Yep.
So that's a really big downside. That's why we always stress the email list. You can own the relationship. You can own the relationship with that customer through what you've fostered, through your content, through the authority that you've built, your brand, your website. You bring them back. They follow you on social media. You can connect with them directly. You don't need to go through that. I'm not saying don't explore that avenue. I'm just trying to give you a bigger picture on why probably a distribution like that may not be something you necessarily need. It might be something you consider. You might try it out. It's been one of the reasons I've shied away from it personally, because I don't want to give iTunes 50% of my money. I want to keep it all for myself.
It's that, and for me, it's more so the contact. Like, I want to know who bought it. Like, you want to know who bought your beats for the simple fact that you want to be able to get in contact with them again, because they're going to buy beats again. You know what I mean? So it's just having that email address is worth more than the price of whatever your CD is, because over time it's going to make you more money. And if you can't get that from CD Baby or iTunes, it's kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because they're going to market to them. Like,
but as far as just selling beat CDs, yeah, we've sold beat CDs. All of us have.
I have one running now.
Yeah, I mean, even physical too. I know all of us have too. As far as physical copies, Trav had some pressed up real nice that he showed us before. I did my own DIY with the little kit that you had to get. So yeah, we sold them before, but not through an aggregator.
Okay, I got a couple questions. Did you guys have anything else to add on that, or do you have any?
You good?
Got any questions? Okay. Got JD Plus Beats is asking, I've been building my email list. For me, I've been trying to come up with good content outside of just sending deals on beats. What's good ideas for content for your mailing list? What you guys got?
You want to go first, Chaz?
I just don't want to say what you're going to say because I know what you're going to say. So
no,
you say
go ahead. You say it,
you
man.
go ahead.
It's all good.
Well, at the very basic level, as Brian always says, man, treat your content like it's a reality show for the most part. If you don't know what you know, just record yourself making a beat. Like, people, there's millions of how to make beat videos out there, and if people are going to resonate with you more than they resonate with someone else. So even at the simplest form, just create you making a beat, because people find that really interesting, for one. So that's one type of content. That's one piece of content. There's a lot of things that you can do. Say you're really proficient in FL Studio. Maybe you might know something that you haven't seen on YouTube, or you haven't seen a blog post on. Go and create a blog post about that, because other people might be looking for that solution. So you can do a problem and solution type post or piece of content. That way, and you can do whatever you're really good at, that you really know that you enjoy. You can create content around that. Even if it's already out there, create it, because people are going to resonate with you more than someone else.
Exactly. So it's like, for me, like when I'm sending emails out to artists, it's mostly me giving some type of tip or some type of strategy that's going to help them with their career. And then the email is just letting them know that I have something for them, and then I send them back to my blog to get that information. And obviously on my blog, there's going to be a beat store on there. There's so many different things on there that I can push for them to click a link to buy something. So I basically just do a lot of tips, a lot of strategy videos, and send them back to my blog. And one thing I want to tell you is what I've been getting a lot of results with lately is, in my emails, is telling some like little story, like a short little story to get them interested, as opposed to like, oh, come get this tip. I'll just tell a small story about something that happened and how it relates to whatever I'm trying to show them, and send them back. It seems to be working better than what I was doing before, because my open rates have gone crazy in the last, like, I'm getting 80% click-through rates on my emails right now. So it's it's crazy right now.
What's another piece of good content is your subscribers that subscribe to your email list. You don't have to create the content, but everybody wants their music to be heard. Yep. So maybe even send out an email saying, hey, like, send me your music. I'd love to hear what you got. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Talk about if they're really good, talk about a collaboration. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that you can do, but they can be your content too. Asking them, say, let me check out your music. We've all done some things recently where we had people subscribe to be a featured artist.
Yep.
And I know that's been working good for me, and it's allowing me to actually talk one-on-one with these artists and build strong relationships with them.
Yeah, the submission thing has definitely been good.
Yeah, any customers, I always follow up and give them the opportunity. If they want to be a featured artist, that's more of a strict criteria to get on the featured artist page versus just getting it published on the blog. But I always give them that. That's part of my benefits to buying the beat from me. That's one of the bonuses, is that they get free promotion. Not every artist is going to take you up on it, but that's something you would probably want to follow up, especially with a customer that's bought a track. You just want, I mean, it's got to be genuine, and that's the most important thing. Is if it comes across as you're just trying to extract money, they're going to turn away from you. They're going to continue to buy from you. They got to like your music. Obviously, they got to like your beats. You got to be a down-to-earth person. Be professional with what you're doing, and offer them more value. I mean, again, adding more value to the beat is giving them extra exposure to whatever fan base. Even if your fan base is still relatively small, it's something better than what they had before. And as you build and grow your fan base, you will have more to offer the artist in terms of promotion. But really, in a nutshell, I think it just comes down to really thinking about who it is you're trying to, what type of artist, and what does that artist want? What are they trying to do? And it goes back to what Kush and Chaz were saying about value, tips, information on building a career. And if you don't know, then that's where you learn. That's where you have to grow yourself as a person. And if you don't know the knowledge, you got to do the knowledge. And that's how you're going to put yourself in a position of authority where you're able to help other artists, producers, whoever your audience is, and grow your business, make more sales, and build the long-term relationship that's going to carry you and sustain you as a full-time entrepreneur. That's what we're here to help you do, is not just sell a couple beats. Like that, whatever. I can show anybody how to sell a couple beats. It's nothing to sell a couple beats or sell a mixing and mastering service. Something I can do that. But what I want to do, and what we all want to do here, is help you build a foundation to sustain you over the long term.
That's the whole thing with GTS. It's not so much it's not so much how to sell beats. You can get a course and learn how to sell beats. We're trying to show you how to build a business based around your music production. So it can go from selling $25 leases to you selling exclusives, so you getting placements on television shows. We're trying to show you the whole scope of how we're actually able to make a living selling beats, and that's really what it's about. It's just a bigger picture.
I got a few more questions came in. Mandingo Superdome, watching the webinar, looking for advice on Facebook engagement, noticing my posts, etc.
Facebook's fun, man.
Oh
Facebook's
man.
fun.
Let me go first.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Ask questions. Always ask questions. If you're trying to give people a response from people, posting your links isn't going to help you. It's you asking artists questions that's going to get them engaged and get them get them to talking. So you want to just ask a lot of questions. If you have a Facebook fan page, start with there. Start there. I know all of us most of our content we put on our fan page because we can check analytics and stuff like that. But it's also just to build that page because that's your business page. So you just want to ask questions on there and keep artists engaged with. That's how it is. It's, what do they need help with? Have you guys ever tried this? Like, it's just asking questions. That's what I do all the time.
It's just posting content. I like to think of it as a content pyramid, man. You can't post the same thing because you're gonna get predictable. You can't always do text posts. You can't always do Instagram video posts. You can't always do picture posts. Switch it up. Make your fan page is supposed to be a fun page where people go and visit and catch up on you and what you're doing is the main thing. What I'll say as far as reach is, you're gonna have to boost that post. First of all, you need to have a fan page. Otherwise, you're just relying on Facebook's algorithm, and you can't get much further than the algorithm with just a personal page. You're gonna have to get a fan page, and you're probably gonna have to boost the post because your post is really only gonna be seen by 10 to 12% of your following, based on Facebook's current algorithm. Current being the keyword.
And that's a great point. I think all of what they've said so far, and Kush asking questions, is definitely going to help raise that engagement and help expand your organic reach. Keep this in mind when it comes down to the what's the algorithm and they've changed it. I know they've changed the way
the edge rank.
Edge rank, but then also the main algorithm for distributing content. But yeah, edge rank. At least the way that it was described 6 months ago, and I don't know if anything's changed there, but basically I don't think this is going to change too much. Basically, the stuff that takes more time for people to do, the actions that it takes more time and more time invested for them to do, is what's going to count the most. So in other words, if somebody clicks a like button, it doesn't take very long to click a like button. But if somebody actually takes time to type a comment on your Facebook post, they've got more time invested in that. And so Facebook's going to count that as more of an engagement factor, so that's going to help your edge rank. That's going to help you expand your organic reach without getting into paid, boosted posts and paid ads and those sort of things. But you also have to understand the evolution of Facebook, that they are limiting you on organic reach. No matter how engaging your posts are, they're still going to limit you. So at some point, you're definitely going to want to explore, if not now, very soon, explore an ad budget and figure out how you're able to run Facebook ads. We have some training inside the group that we've talked about, and we actually done some of the free webinars where we talked about Facebook ads and things of that sort. So just keep that in mind that it wouldn't surprise me if in a month's time or a couple months' time that Facebook even limits your organic reach even more because it's becoming more of an ad platform. I mean, it's just the way that things evolve. So just keep that in mind. You can do what you can, posting quality content, posting engaging pictures, videos, asking questions are all going to help you organically. But just keep in mind, even you're still going to be limited somewhat on your non-paid or organic reach.
And at the end of the day, like, don't get afraid about posting ads or paying for ads. Like, that's going to get you the most thing. It's going to get you the most targeted followers and everything. It's just going to help you sell more beats at the end of the day. Because you can target exactly who you're looking for, and those people are going to be engaged in what you want because they're asking for the information that you're giving. So at the end of the day, it's going to pay off as long as, you know, if you're running ads.
And as long as
Don't
it's
be
good
afraid to place
content,
ads.
and as long as it's good content, otherwise you will waste money. EdgeRank is technically based off of good content at the end of the day. So it starts with posting good content. Check out my beat usually isn't good content.
Definitely. I mean, and we always say this, but you want to get people's email addresses. You got to be sending them somewhere that you can.
But you got to give them an incentive. You got to give them an incentive to. You don't just say, "Hey, sign up for our newsletter." That's not an incentive. Nobody gives a shit. There are probably on 10 or 15 other emails that are just hitting their inbox, and they don't even want those emails anyway. So you got to give them a reason to want to give you the email in exchange. You got to have that lead magnet, that incentive up front, that's going to make them want to possibly conduct business with you. I mean, that's what a lead is. It's an opportunity of somebody saying, "Hey, I like what you have. Tell me more." And then through a follow-up series, through connections on Facebook and your social media and videos and all these things to help foster the relationship better, that's what's going to make them into a customer. They know, like, and trust you, and you buy things from people and brands that you know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
It's the way it is. It's human psychology. That's who we spend money with. When you go, use the analogy, when you go to buy something online and you go directly to Amazon.com, why did you go to Amazon.com? Why didn't you just type in? Sometimes you might do a Google search, a keyword, and maybe do a price comparison. Many times people just go directly to Amazon. They know it's going to be one of the best, probably most competitive price out. They know it's going to be possibly one-day shipping, depending on what they buy. If not, it's going to be expedited. It's a huge company. They have really good reviews on a lot of their stuff and their company as a whole. So that's the know, like, and trust. That's on a bigger scale because that's a lot bigger brand. But you can still you want to bring that to your smaller brand as you're building. You got to build those same type of fundamentals to get people to come directly to you and conduct business with you.
Yep.
You guys got it? I got some questions coming in. Do you guys have?
Keep going, bro.
Keep going.
Okay. All right. I got RTP3, which I think this. He said was good. I'm chilling on the webinar. What are some ways to target, find customers, certain hashtags, etc. to use?
He said target buying customers?
He just says, what are some ways to target / find customers?
Oh.
And he's asking, like, certain hashtags or how do you target particular types of people? You guys got it.
I just want to say it's getting to know your audience and what hashtags they are using. It's hard, man, on Twitter to target as far as hashtags like that. Because if you do hashtag mixtape coming soon, you have every genre of artist that's putting out a mixtape. But that's where the grunt work comes in, and that's where it's not always going to be that easy to target your audience as far as in an ad where you can get super specific. If you're trying to do it through hashtags, you're going to have to do some grunt work, actually go to their profile, get to know them, which gives you more leverage when you go and hit them up, and actually listen to their music and target that way. No artist is going to put East Coast beats. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Hashtag East Coast beats. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously hashtag mixtape coming soon and need beats. But again, there's going to be a little bit of grunt work. There's not going to be that automated factor. You're going to have to go in and see if that's your prospect.
Yeah. And that's basically it. Go ahead, Travis.
I mean, that's as far as, like, Twitter is concerned and hashtags.
Yeah.
Just in general, as far as targeting and finding customers, make customers find you. That's the
Exactly.
way I like to flip it. I like to flip it. Make the customers find you, and that makes it more organic. It's not like you're having to sell anything at that point. And that's why, not to beat a dead horse, but to beat a dead horse is that content is king, and that's why content is so important. Finding, you got to figure out who you're trying to attract. If it's a certain style of artist, if it's an East Coast artist, if it's a trap artist, put out something that is entertaining or related or educational for that particular person, and then taking it off of content into just targeting on Facebook. If you're trying to find targeted, understand how to use Facebook ads to. I mean, guys, Facebook ads, Facebook unpublished posts, and Facebook ads. There's no other platform out right now for the cost that you get per click and the cost you get for engagement. There's no other way to get that kind of advertisement for that low cost and that specific and niche targeting. It doesn't exist right now. Now, I'm sure that there will be some other platforms evolving, some of these other social media platforms, but you've got to. We've discussed it too in some of the past webinars. Chaz, you talked about you showed in one of our public webinars how you went in and created a custom audience related to who you were trying to target. You showed that exactly. There's a lot of ways, but there's no shortcuts. Putting a hashtag out on Twitter, it might help you to an extent, but that's not the sole avenue. You got to combine all of this stuff to really attract and find your target audience.
There's a I don't know if you guys use. There's a website that I use to search hashtags for artists. It's called Webster.me, and you can search hashtags there. Like that's where I go to search hashtags. I'm getting hella feedback.
It's coming from me.
It's gone now. Oh no, it ain't. It's there.
Hello.
Yeah.
Now it's gone.
You guys tell me.
Yes, you good?
You good?
I don't know. I've been having problems with my mic, so it's
weird because it just came in and out. That's all.
Okay. Well,
but yeah.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
What's good, Skinny?
What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Maybe it's Skinny.
Do you guys got anything else you want to say on? What's up, Skinny? How you doing, man? You guys hear me?
Great, man. I'm just getting the setup over here. I'm making sure the feedback's not coming from me.
It's probably on my end. I have a problem on my mic. You guys just let me know. Me being the feedback Nazi.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So you guys have anything else on that topic? As far did we cover everything as far as finding your target audience?
Oh no, what I was saying was that website I use called Webster.me, and you can search hashtags on there for any niche.
No.
Yeah.
There you go. Hopefully, if you got Notepad, that'd be perfect time. Anything to write that down. That way you don't forget and you can actually take it and apply it. Because again, we're taking time out of our schedule, which we like to give back to, but it's kind of a waste if we give the information and you don't take it and apply it. So that's really what this is for. It's not just to get the information, but actually for you to take what you're learning and apply it yourself. Are we good to go on? I got some other questions that came in.
Yeah.
As producers, I know we constantly are handling multiple things, but what's it say? Okay, as Cloud9 Music asks, as producers, I know we constantly are handling multiple things, but what's a typical day schedule of you guys handling business?
I can start.
Go ahead.
First thing I do in the morning is shoot a video. Then I send out an email to my followers. After that, it's writing a blog post. Then I make a beat. After that, I either focus on my ads or just go on about the rest of my day. I try and get all my work done before 10 o'clock in the morning so I can do what I want to do for the rest of the day. But yeah, it's email, or it's video, email, blog post, check my analytics on my ads and see how my ads are running. Anything else is cake work.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I used to have a pretty hefty schedule, that I guys posted up a couple months ago, but really, it's really simple. I mean, it's basically just putting out a dope piece of content every day. You know, I try and put out a beat at least every other day on YouTube as well as, you know, the other platforms. And just really most of the groundwork in your daily schedule is just going out, linking with artists any way you can, whether that be online, offline. That's where your money's going to be at, really. You could sit here and make content all day. You could shoot videos, but if you're not bringing people to those videos and the stuff that you're putting out, then it's kind of you know, it's not going to have the same effect. But definitely going back out. That's one thing I've also noticed recently. You know, I haven't personally. I've been lacking on going out and reaching out as far as like, you know, you said running the ads you were talking about before. You can run the ads. You can you know, run your promotions if you're using a SoundClick and you're doing it that way too. You can do that, but if you're not personally making those contacts and putting the time into that, you know, you're not going to get the same results. So I would say, really just let most of your time be. If you don't have a list, of buyers, or you don't have a list of people that you can immediately contact, that would be your first step. Would be really building that list and building, you know, the people who are interested in your stuff, kind of, you know, like we said, building your target audience.
Chaz, what you got? Well, here, I'll go ahead real quick. I want to kind of touch on what you kind of said was, if you put out good content, you got good beats, but nobody knows about them, it's kind of in vain. And most of you probably have a good collection of dope beats. And what I would say is, if you have 100 beats, figure out what are your top 10, 15, 20 beats, have those at the top where people can get instant access to those and hear those right away, and then work on the business. I mean, to be honest, there's certain days for me, talking about schedule and what I do day to day, it'll be days, weeks go by, and I haven't even opened up Ableton. I haven't even opened up a music software. I've just been totally focused on business because there's so much. It's like, I don't know what the actual percentage, but say like 80% business and 20% music, or 90% business and 10% music, or however that works out. But it's a lot of business. It's a lot of business once you've got the quality product. Now, if you're still trying to improve your music production and get your beats sounding right, now that's something you've got to focus on first. Not to say you can't be doing business at the same time, but you want to make sure you got quality product. Otherwise, promoting a shit product is not going to do anything for you at all.
Yeah, it's going to do something, and it's going to be good.
And really on that, like, the best way to be productive as far as, like, you know, time management, and that's really what we're kind of talking on, is time management. Like, what do you do during the day? What do you do for the schedule? I mean, do something like this. I'll show you. Right next to my setup, lists on the wall. I have 2 lists. One for something else, and one, you know, a product that's coming up for me, and then the list that I need to get done every day. So, I mean, just having that available and ready to look at, you know, okay, hey, I need to get this done, I need to get that done. You know, so really writing out a schedule too will make a huge difference.
I like to, as far as my day goes, because I do a lot of stuff, I record a lot of artists too locally. So sometimes my days are kind of just dependent on if an artist is coming in the studio or not. So it can't be always concrete, but what I try and do, I'm still trying to build my catalog and find my sound. So lately, it's just been making a beat and focusing on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see a bunch of videos uploaded recently. I try and also like to do that to see where most of my traffic is coming from and how can I capitalize on already what I'm doing to make a perfect work day, if you will, to be the most productive. So I like to focus on one social media at a time. So but in the past, it was Facebook. I used to post on Facebook a lot. I feel like I got that down, and I know how to maneuver around Facebook. But lately, a work day for me has just been making a beat, do the beat video, or do an artist tip or a producer tip, edit it, upload it, and that's my main thing that I need to accomplish in the day. And everything else is kind of just extra credit. That's how I treat it. But obviously, having people to send it out to, I have the email list that I can send all this content out to. I have Facebook where I can post this content to. I have my own website and organic traffic that I can get people to get eyeballs on my content. So yeah, I keep it pretty simple.
And another thing too, like you're one of the few people that I know that grinds so hard on this producer, you know, tip. and then also does something else at the same time. So that's something to be said too. You actually have a tighter schedule than probably most of us have more free time because you have, you know, something else that you do as well. So like really time management for you is key.
Definitely. Doing money producing activities at the end of the day.
And come produce IPAs, man.
You know?
That's it.
Yeah. That was a good question.
Yeah.
Okay. I just had some comments. Cloud Nine's asking again if we tried selling beats on BeatStars. Again, it goes back. Yeah, if you haven't, seriously though, if you haven't, we have. How many webinars did you say, Chaz?
About
I want to
40?
say like 35 or 40.
Yeah, so we have about at least 30 some webinars that we've shot in the past. You can probably link off of any of our pages and find that. If you're on our list, you can go back to your old emails, and I'm sure you've gotten some links to those. We've discussed a lot of. I mean, it's good to reiterate a lot of these points because things change. But as far as platforms, we've discussed in the past webinars exactly where we have our music, where we're selling beats, where we're gaining exposure and traffic.
The truth of the matter is we're everywhere, and that's the point.
We're on BeatStars,
everywhere.
SoundClick, SoundCloud, YouTube, everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere you can be free, we are. BeatStars, it's $47 for a year. Why not? Instead of the SoundClick 120 or whatever it is for the year. Why not, dude? It's like $3 a month. Yes, we're on BeatStars.
Oh yeah, speaking of BeatStars, I had an artist that inquired off of BeatStars last month. Made 4 exclusive sales. He bought 2 initially, and then followed up and bought 2 more. So
yes.
Again, if I had not had that, I mean, I would have missed out on a lot of money. I would have missed out on a lot of money for 4 exclusives. They were clearance exclusives, but still, they were exclusives. I would have missed it. But that was a direct connection from the BeatStars platform. He went to BeatStars looking for beats, found my tracks, got in contact with me, 4 exclusive beat sales the next day after I talked to him through email. So.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if that wasn't enough, I mean, I have another story that happened to me last month. I mean, you know, like I said, I've been focusing on some other things, but at the same time, I still keep, you know, my SoundClick up. And you, Trav, posted a webinar on is SoundClick dead? Is SoundClick, you know, not the place? Like, I don't know how many times we can reiterate that that's where artists are going. You know what I'm saying? You want to be where the people are going. I've had a beat that's been up for about 3 or 4 months now, and just recently, within the past 2 weeks, an artist contacted me who's actually in the same city, who's in Los Angeles, where I'm at right now, said he found the beat, downloaded it for free, wrote a song, came back to me, and he didn't just buy that exclusive, he bought 2 more, all in the same day. He ended up spending like $750 in one day. Almost had a $1,000 day just simply off of beats from having the free downloads. So it's like, you know, you may go a while where it's like, you know, you feel like nothing's happening, but as long as you're making progress and reaching out to people, they'll reach back to you, and as long as you hit them back, you know, that might be that person that's going to spend $750, $1,000 on your beats. So, you know, all those avenues, it's definitely worth it to put your at least a minimal. If it's not working for you, at least try and put a minimal amount of time into it. Focus on your strengths and what you're doing. You know, what you're good at, whether it be SoundCloud or the YouTube or you know, posting stuff on Facebook, but the other avenues like BeatStars and SoundClick, they're not dead. They're still there. There's still people buying beats, you know, and everybody here on the panel is a proven factor of that. So, I mean,
don't limit yourself. Don't limit your audience.
Use it the best you can.
Mm-hmm. No.
What's that?
I was just saying, don't limit. Oh, you're good. Don't limit your audience, man. Don't limit your audience.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
people don't like the way some people don't know, like, and trust SoundClick, so you're gonna not be on there because you just feel like you don't have to be on there. Some people might not like BeatStars, but a lot of people like BeatStars, and a lot of people like SoundClick.
All right, I want to open up. Are you guys good with some more questions?
Yeah, man. Let's get it.
Yeah.
I like questions.
All right. All right. Let's see who we got. We got Rain, female producer. Do you have any major placements with artists, licensing? How do you go about getting them? Your thoughts on sites like Music X-Ray? I can tell you right off, I'm not familiar. I don't think I'm familiar with Music X-Ray. So.
I am.
I am.
Okay.
You want to go, Skinny?
You can go ahead, bro.
If you don't want to know, Music X-Ray is basically a site where you sign up and they send you contacts to like managers, producers, and whoever's looking for music or just opportunities in general, and you basically pay to submit your music for that opportunity. I've had some success, not as much. I mean, it could have been what I sent out, but I'm not a fan of paying to submit my music somewhere. But like I said, if it's the only outlet you have to actually get that connect, you got to do what you got to do. As far as me getting connects, I'd rather just I use Twitter, and I use just networking with people to get those connections, and Twitter was the easiest way for me to do it. Man. I can go talk to managers, and I can talk to whoever I need to talk to and see who needs something from me
for free, and you build that relationship. So when they need something later, then you have that connection instead of relying on a paid connection where you have to pay to get it submitted.
He hit the nail on the head with that one. I've used sites like Music X-Ray. There's a couple other sites that I'm not going to mention that I've used because I don't want you to waste your money. But really, like he said, it comes down to some of the placements that I have coming up. Most of those were me literally just reaching out on Twitter, and the way I got linked with the Brick Squad, Gucci's label, was literally just bombarding them on Twitter, really retweeting all their stuff, liking all their stuff, replying back and giving my 2 cents, or just really like trying to build a relationship with them on Twitter and showing them that I'm interested in and I care about what they do, and that I like their music. And that's really the best way to go about it, because the more organic and the more natural it is, the more chance for it to work out for you in the long run. Because you got to think about these major artists. They get hit up every day. There's a million producers trying to send them beats every single day, but there's not a million guys going, liking all their stuff, retweeting their stuff, agreeing with them on stuff, conversating, you got to figure out how to kind of slide yourself into the conversation, so to speak, as far as Twitter goes, and really get them, to check you out. But once you do that and you build that relationship, it's free, and you don't have to pay for it.
I say this all the time, and I've said this on webinars before. Like, you can't be lazy about the game. Like, you can't be lazy. You gotta do your research. Like, if you're trying to get in, I've said to artists, find out who their manager is. Go through their manager's list of who artists they work with, and find somebody who's not known yet, and work with them. Ask them for work, and then use that connect to get yourself in, and hopefully ask them like, yo, I love the work you did with Jeezy, but I like the work you're doing with so-and-so a little more. Is there a way that I can get in contact with him to kind of work with him? If they see that you know their artist and not who they're working with, they're more likely to be like, yeah, send us some stuff, as opposed to, y'all want to get on Jeezy's new album. Like, that doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Everybody
there's levels to this shit, as McMill would say. There's levels to it. I feel like there's a big part missing, and this is Brian's main thing. You gotta go to the studios. If you want to get placement with these artists, you gotta be where they are. Where are they 90% of their life? In the studios. You need to go to, we are all gonna go to A3C.
Yeah.
That's where 300 plus artists are gonna be there performing and networking. If you want to get placements with people, you need to go to where the artists are, the serious artists are, these conventions, these music conferences. Go there, start making connections. You can make a connection on Twitter, yeah, but if they see you in person, you guys actually have a genuine connection together in real life, that's going to be a lot stronger than a Twitter connection.
And even locally, like, if there's a show locally, go. whoever gets on stage, hit them up after they get off stage, like, yo, I do music, I'm trying to, blah, 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 blah. Build a relationship with them. But get out.
Brian, did you just post earlier or whatever? Like a lot of local artists are mad, are mad because other people don't go and support their shows locally, but they don't go to shows to promote people. So it's the same thing for producers. If you don't think people are buying beats locally or don't want to do anything with you locally, it's because you're not going out and supporting them. I mean, everything's a give or take, man. There's a transaction between everything.
I mean, and you got to think, like, there's certain things that, you know, that I do online that automatically build rapport with people. If I go on SoundCloud and I like somebody's song, I don't just like their song. I take the embed code, I put it on my blog, I go back to them and like, yo, we just posted your song on such.com. They're like, oh, thanks, and that opens up the lines of communication for me to speak to them and build that relationship even more. So it's just, you gotta do your part on your side as far as your business is to get them interested in you. They might think I'm just a blogger. I don't know I make beats.
I think it's all leverage. It's a build and climb. I mean, you might go right to the top and get lucky and catch some big time placements or something or other. You put yourself in that perfect scenario, right place, right time. Everything's aligned. The stars are aligned. But the most, I think the more of a guarantee is for you to, like, going back to what Brian said, is working with some of the more mid-level or up-and-coming artists that are attached to maybe some bigger artists, and it's a build and climb. You get credits, you build rapport, and you build credits and credentials with certain mid-level artists. That gives you leverage to now other people are looking at you as more of an authority now, and that also if other people in their camp or people who have heard the tracks that they're fit, you know, if they've got a decent fan base, they're basically giving you exposure for whatever tracks you guys have done together. That's bringing more awareness into your brand. I mean, it's happened to me. It's happened to me where I've worked with some mid-level artists and have sold more tracks because of that, have brought more people in. It just works, but don't think you just go right to the top. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a build and climb. So I definitely am in agreement with everything these guys are saying. Was there anything else? You can look up A3C, Rain. You can just Google search A3C, and it's a festival in Atlanta. So
yeah, and we're definitely that's the official GTS movement event for this year. So let's
I was just on the website.
okay, so we are right after
An hour.
6. Do you guys? Are there any other? If there's any other questions, they need to come in soon, and by soon, probably in the next minute. Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about specifically, or?
No, I'm good.
I mean, I got something. Yeah, I got something.
You got
One thing that I noticed recently, as far as Trav, I gotta make up this mess up, bro. Oh, damn, beat me to it. One thing that I noticed recently, one thing that a lot of producers might deal with is, you know, you're making beats, you're building your brand, you're building your website, you're building your email list, you're doing all these things, you know, putting out content that you need to put out. But one thing I feel like I noticed recently of myself is like, okay, I've been building up for a year or two now, and sometimes you feel like you hit that plateau, like you get stuck at that point where you're like, I'm making dope beats, I'm putting out content, I'm putting out this, I'm putting out that, I'm working on this, I'm going out, I'm talking to people, but just nothing's happening, and you feel like you kind of hit a plateau. And you know, one thing you can do to help break yourself out of that, if you want to call it a rut, if you will, one thing to break yourself out of that is start looking towards other things. That's one thing that I feel like producers lack on nowadays, is like looking towards other avenues. It's not just selling beats to artists. It's not just, you know, putting content online. You need to be out trying to figure out how to get, you know, your songs in music and TV and movies, and those things are not going to come easy. Those type of people are very hard to find, but if you're looking in the right places, you'll find it. Another thing too, video games, like this before I got here about, you know, diversifying your income. But that's one thing we're super big on, and that's, you know, finding other avenues, because if you look at the reality of the game today, artists aren't getting paid for the stuff that they're doing. You know, they're not getting paid the way they should. And the only way that they're getting more money at diversifying their income is putting their songs in movies, putting their songs in video games and stuff like that. So that needs to be another avenue that you guys need to seriously work on, because that's going to taking off that and support yourself, as well as, you know, put it towards ads, put it towards, you know, some better gear or something like that. So I don't want you guys to get stuck up on it's just selling beats online. It's just selling beats to artists at shows, you know, things like that. So I'm really working on some serious avenues right now to kind of help producers find that better. It's kind of difficult because those people are hard to find, but just keep that in mind, that it's not just about selling beats to artists, you know.
That's perfect. I mean, that's just it. That's your passion. That's probably your main source, or that's what you're trying to have as your main stream of income. But that's what we're all about. We're not about just, again, I can teach a monkey how to sell a beat. I hate to say that, but like I feel like anybody could sell anything one time. Like again, the stars align, things happen, somebody's in it feeling good and they just buy your track. Like anybody could sell a beat or sell this or that, but like setting yourself up, diversifying, and be able to sustain long term is what we're about. That's what I've been about from day one. As soon as I realized I had a passion and I made my first beat sale, I said, I don't care. A beat sale is cool, but how do I turn this shit into, how do I do this? How do I make this happen? And I learn and I figure out and I course correct and I say, okay, so what if I have a bad week on beats? What if this is my only stream? Or what if my site, if SoundClick goes down? What happens? Well, you're shit out of luck. You're
that's
getting a job.
Talking about earlier today. Like, you don't know what's going to happen with social media in 6 months. You don't know what's going to happen with, something, Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook. Like, something may come up in 6 months and blow that out of the water. And where are you? I've been working on Facebook for 2-3 years, so it's like, you're so invested into that. It's those other avenues. What you got to think about is there's a million producers on YouTube. There's a million producers on Facebook. There's thousands, hundreds of thousands of producers on Instagram, and not you got to figure out what avenue is you and how you can take advantage of that avenue and put your time into that before anybody else.
The last thing I want to say is, Skinny just said it right there. There's a million producers on YouTube. There's a million, hundreds of thousands of producers on SoundCloud. What I think is true in our industry is investing in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And sorry, he muted him. Investing in ourselves, and a lot of people they'll be like, I did invest in myself. I bought this motif. It's $6,000. I got the best speakers. You know what I'm saying? We don't mean invest yourself as far as in your hardware. If you want to get eyeballs on your stuff, those million producers on YouTube, I bet you this much right here is actually paying for YouTube ads. On SoundClick, there's this many producers, but this many producers are paying for SoundClick ad and featured spots of the day. They have a budget. They invest in themselves that way, and that's the way you should be investing in yourselves, not buying all this gear, which you can, with VSTs nowadays, you don't need a motif because you have all the sounds in a motif. You can get out of a $200 MIDI keyboard, you know what I'm saying, through other VSTs like Contact and Massive and FMA.
Exactly.
You don't need to invest in that. Invest in learning how to market and where to market, and in your own content and your beats. Once you believe in your beats, you're not going to care about spending money on it because you know it's going to pay off in the end.
It goes back to the thing that it goes back to is everybody. I say this all the time. There's rarely a producer I find that doesn't have dope beats. Like, damn, every producer I meet has bangers. The problem is they don't know how to market them. So the question is, like, people say, They get upset. I can't market. I don't know how to market. I don't know how to sell my beats. When the real thing is, you should be saying, I need to learn how to market. I have to learn how to market because I want to sell beats. Not I can't. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't market, you know what you need to do. The exact opposite. You need to learn how to market. You need to invest in that side of your business. Beats is easy. We can all make beats. Selling them is the situation that the problem that people have. And if you don't go out and learn how to market, you're gonna be struggling. And with GTS, man, we show producers. We give out so much free value. It's crazy the content that we have inside the group. It's nuts. But
got a lot of resources. I mean, and that's the other thing too. People will say, I've heard this a lot, and it's true. I have all this information available to me. There's a lot of free information on the web. You can probably do a Google search for anything that you want to find, but there's variables in that, because first off, you got to know you got to know what you're looking for. So that's a huge part of the equation. Is if you don't know what you're searching for, you're not gonna find it. Number two is you got to be able to weed out the information that you're getting, because not everybody is going to be in your niche. Not everybody's going to be a credible marketer or person that's giving you the information. So that it's more of like curated content. The content's out there. We learn from everybody. We learn from marketers. We learn from producers. We learn from people like Ryan Leslie and Gary Vaynerchuk and internet marketers. And there's a variety of people that we learn from. But the idea with GTS is not some brand new ideas. It's curated content that's proven to work. That's working for us, right? It's not like some new innovative ideas. Yeah, we take marketing strategies that are working in other spaces and flip it for the producer and music community, but it's more of a space of curated content and stuff that I can tell you, I can look you in the eye and say, yes, this strategy is working for me personally. Here's a screenshot to show you that this sales funnel converts. Yes, I made these sales here based off of this strategy that I applied. So that's what I want to say. Go ahead.
I just want to say a perfect example. We are in a hangout like 2 weeks ago, probably one day. All four of us actually sit in and just talk about what we want to talk about for what we usually record today. But Travis is like, man, your YouTube is growing. It took this many years to get that high. What Travis and Brian did when I came in is they cut that learning curve from 5 to 6 years that they've been doing this, 20 years Brian been doing it offline or whatever. They cut that curve for me. So I did it in a year. I got 1,500 subscribers in the time that it took Travis to grow his 6,000. So if you want to cut that learning curve, which is pretty much what Travis is saying, like that's what we're about. Like, this is what's working for them. This is what I learned, and I went out and learned other things and brought to the table, and we've cut that learning curve, and this is what's working for us.
Exactly what you said, man. And it's like you said, you can find all the information out there. It's all out there. Like everything that we're talking about, you can find anywhere. But it's the fact that you have that information and then the results to go along with it. There's tons of people that'll tell you all day, this is how you do this, this is how you do that. However, if you're not applying it to specifically what you're doing, you know, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different way of doing it. And one thing I've noticed, man, I've been in GTS, I could say, what is it? It's been a little bit over a year now?
a year.
Yep.
Over a year now. Man, like any of these guys will tell you, I came into GTS never, ever, ever selling a beat in my life online. I sold maybe 2 beats to people in person before I joined. You know, I took all that information. I was so gung-ho in the first, couple months that I went in. I feel like I probably set a record or something for the first, couple months of selling beats just because I was going so hard on it. And then I got kind of, used to it and I slacked off. But just staying up on that, staying motivated is another thing that, as producers we always have issues with. There's going to be times where you're up here. There's going to be times where you're down here. And that's where the community of GTS comes in. Hey, Chaz, I'm having a problem with this. Can you help me out with this? Hey, Trav, I'm having a problem with this. Hey, Brian, I'm having a problem with this. Can you help me out? And that's another thing that a lot of a lot of people kind of forget about is building the relationships and having people on your side that are going to help you do what you're trying to do, and people that are already successful in what they're doing. Travis has already built his brand. He's already built his company. He's still building it, just as we all are here. But he's able to use that information to teach me and whoever else is on the team how to apply that, and then teaching us how to help other people apply that. And that's really where it's at, because I mean, if you keep doing the same thing with no strategy, no guide, no schedule, you're going to be going in circles and circles and circles all over again. And it's just really about, man, I'll put it this way, if this wasn't the truth, I wouldn't be sitting here on this webinar right now.
The fact of the matter is that, you guys are getting this opportunity to ask these questions right now, but our team does this every single Saturday. We do this every Saturday. We get the mastermind, and they ask us questions on how to push their business and how to make sales. You can buy any course in the world, but you're not going to be able to contact the person who sold you that course and ask them, yo, how do I do that? How do I make this funnel work? How do I make my ads work? They can ask us any question every Saturday and be like, yo, I've been having a problem with this. Can you help me fix it? They can hit me on Facebook during the week if it's a serious question. Be like, yo, I need to figure out how to do this ASAP, and get in contact with me. You can't do that with courses, period.
Man, and the one thing too I can't stress enough is that you see a lot of producers online. You feel like you see a lot of competition online, but if you're sitting here watching this webinar right now, you're already ahead of them, because most of those guys aren't doing half of the stuff that we're trying to get you to do, trying to help you build your business. They're just out there posting links and posting beats and putting stuff up. It's like there's only really 2% of producers that are actually making a living offline, and I know 3 of those other guys are sitting here right here with me. And you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people make beats, like you said, a lot of people make music, but it's really who's trying to build their business and succeed, and that's what I'm saying these guys are all about. So that's why I rock with them.
So, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, we need to go ahead and wrap up. We had a couple extra questions, but we're not going to get to them today. Sorry about that. We did go over an extra 15 minutes anyway. But is there anything else? Final. I think you guys got your final words out.
Yeah. Go ahead, Travis. Get your final thoughts.
No, I mean, it basically is what is been said. I mean, there's no shortcut. We're here as a community. We only want to work with people who are driven, who are motivated, who are ready to take action, who are really serious about business. Again, I could teach anybody to sell one of their beats online, but it's not really what I'm here for. I can show you that, and I can show you a lot more. We all can, based on our experiences and the results that we actually have to back it up. So I think we'll just go ahead and wrap it up for today. I want to say thanks to everybody who dropped by. I want to say thanks to all the members on the panel. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to all the GTS members. And there probably will be a link below somewhere, or if not, whoever sent you this video, just get back with them if you're interested. There's a breakdown of exactly what we have for you inside the team.
Yeah.
And that's it. So with that, Travis T Customs Productions, I'm signing out.
Your boy KC with KC-Beats.com signing out.
It's your boy V Kush Beats. Peace.
It's your boy Skinny. You can hit me up at SkinnyY, just like it's spelled below. If you guys got any more questions, feel free to hit me up right there on Twitter or Instagram. I'll try to get to them as fast as I can. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys learned something from this. And definitely take it. Applying it is the biggest. Applying, what you've learned here is the biggest step. And once you're able to apply it, you'll see results. And then, you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to go from there. But definitely, thanks again. And yeah, I'm out.
So click the link below. Check everything that's going out, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you on Saturday, actually. So we got another Q&A Saturday. So click the link below, get signed up, and we'll see you on Saturday.
All right, man. See you guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.